In part 1, I explained the fundamentals of note reading in bass and treble clef. If you aren't already familiar with how notes move on the staff, I would check that video out first. In the next few videos, I will share tricks I use for reading faster, all the way up to an advanced level. At the beginner level, the first thing I would do to increase your reading speed is to memorize a few more reference notes. In part 1, I mentioned that bass clef and treble clef are symmetrical around middle C. I pointed out that if I start from middle C, bass F and treble G are the same distance in opposite directions. If I keep going from there, eventually I'll come to a point where my hands have swapped notes. Now, my left hand is playing G, and my right hand is playing F. These notes fall nicely on the very lowest line of bass clef and the very highest line of treble clef. I would recommend committing these two notes to memory as well to join middle C, bass F, and treble G as reference notes. Starting from here, I could also keep going until I come to C in both hands. These fall 2 ledger lines below bass clef and 2 ledger lines above treble clef. As you can see, my hands are already pretty far apart, so these reference notes give me access to a significant portion of the keyboard. I'll talk about tricks for reading even higher and lower notes in future videos. Eventually, I would recommend memorizing all the notes in between as well. Some of this will come just from practicing more music and reading the notes over and over again, but you can also use flashcards to speed up the process. Depending on how much you enjoy cramming information like this, it might be a bit tedious, but in the long run, it makes playing the piano a lot more fun and rewarding. Notes in music are like letters in language. Imagine how much more slowly you would read books if you had to stop and think about every letter. If you can read all the notes between here and here just as quickly as you can recognize all the letters or symbols in your native language, it frees up a lot of concentration for recognizing how those notes group together to form larger units and structures.